Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking my 2022 Tesla Model 3 Performance on an evening POV test drive. I picked up this car about 4 weeks ago and I did have a white long range. It was a 21 and this one is the Performance. I added a few things to it. I added the M-style mirrors and I did actually add some window visors, and I did do tints. I do have 20% all the way around and I do have 35% on the windshield, and honestly with the white seats it doesn't even look that dark. And as you guys see, those BMW M3 style mirror covers look very good. Let's go ahead and unlock the car, and I personally think they look very good. But let's go ahead and take this Tesla Model 3 Performance on a test drive and see how it does. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 Tesla Model 3 Performance, and the interior is the same as the 21. They did cheap out on the doors, so the bottom of the doors are actually plastic, and I really like this Alcantara. I think this is brand new for 2022 if I'm not mistaken, this white trim, and this top portion right here is nice and soft, but the bottom of the doors, they're plastic now. So for 21, the top and the bottom of the door, they were this rubber synthetic rubber material. But for 22, they cheaped out and they made the bottom of the doors plastic. There's basically a 15-inch screen. Does look good. Everything is basically controlled through that screen, and you'll have the turn signal indicators on the left, the gear shifter on the right, and 2 wheels on the steering wheel. And here is the backup camera. Backup camera looks very nice. Let's go ahead and take this Model 3 Performance on a drive and see how it does. This thing is seriously quick and it is so fun to drive, even though it's an electric car. And I'm definitely going to be making a night video, and I'm going to be making a day video so you guys could see everything better. But now I'm just gonna make this evening drive of this 2022, and yeah. So the car is currently on chill mode. We could actually change it and put it on sport mode. You could change the steering wheel if you want to. There's 3 modes you could choose from. And Teslas have one pedal driving now, so you cannot turn off this feature. So you're stuck with one pedal driving, which is good because people weren't getting the estimated range. So Tesla made their cars one pedal driving, which I think is better, honestly. And it's something that you get used to maybe in a week. Oh yeah, definitely no issues with power, and I think it has around 500 horsepower and around 500 pound-feet of torque. I've seen some videos saying that this car has around 470, 490 horsepower and around 500 pound-feet of torque. But seriously guys, driving this thing is fun, and I really love pushing this Model 3 Performance around corners. It's not that stiff and it's not that comfortable, so pushing it around corners is not bad, but I really wish that the suspension was a little bit better. But I think the only reason that it has a little bit of body lean is because of the weight. I think it weighs around 4,300 pounds if I'm not mistaken, but feels nice and solid and very comfortable. The acceleration is something else in this Model 3, and just pushes you back to the seat. 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, which is insanely fast, honestly. But it is something that I got used to. I did have a white long range before this performance, and going from the long range to the performance, honestly, there is not really a huge difference when you're doing 40, 50, 60 miles per hour. But when you're at a dead stop, you could definitely tell the difference between a long range and a performance. And this thing just goes. There is no waiting, there's no transmission lag, turbo lag, CVT lag, and just goes. As I said, around 500 horsepower and around 500 pound-feet of torque. It's this thing is just insane. It's not everyone likes the design or the look of Teslas and their interiors, but honestly, it's something that you could get used to. The outside, yes, it's not really aggressive. It doesn't look that good. And I personally think the front of the Model 3s are a little bit on the softer side, but the back looks good. The side view looks honestly amazing. But yeah, very, very good cars. This thing is so fun to drive, beautiful, and driving this thing around corners or on back roads is seriously fun. So I really don't use the brakes in this Model 3. As I said, it does have regen braking, so when I let go off my leg off the pedal, it just slows down. And the only time I use the brakes are for emergencies, when someone cuts me off, or yeah, just emergencies basically. And as I said, the suspension setup is comfortable, stiff at the same time, but I really wish it was. I wish it didn't really have a lot of body lean around corners. So let me go ahead and do a quick acceleration right here and see how this... man, there's just so much power. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of Tesla's traction control system. The traction control system is a little bit on the aggressive side, so it does cut power a lot, and I really don't like that. And for that, the wheels don't spin, so it cuts power, and yeah, I just don't like that. And for the tires, I do actually have summer tires on this performance. That's how it came from Tesla. So when you guys get the performance trim, you do get the summer tires. But honestly, those summer tires are not that bad. In the snow, when you accelerate, it does go, but around turns, the car slides a lot. And the brakes are much better in this performance than my long range. And the prices right now, they're expensive. Not a big fan of what Tesla is doing, but the only reason they're doing that is because of the chip shortage. They did increase the long range. I bought my long range for 47,000, 46,000 actually. With the white seats, it's 47,000, and now I think it's like 50,000 if I'm not mistaken. And that increase happened in a few months. Potholes, small things on the road. This Model 3 does a great job soaking the bumps, so no issues there. And I haven't really gotten the chance to actually push this Model 3 very fast around corners because I have summer tires, and because the temperature is very cold. It's been 30 to 40 degrees the past week or 2 weeks, and I'm gonna definitely push it hard when I get the chance, but when it's nice and warm. Windows are nice and big. Seeing out of this car is very good. And by the way, the cabin is very quiet. It does have acoustic glass, which helps a lot, honestly. And something that I have to mention is the steering wheel. The steering wheel is good in comfort mode and standard mode. It's pretty good, but when you put it in sport mode, it does get very heavy, and it does get fake heavy, so I don't like that. But yeah, standard mode and comfort mode steering wheel, they're perfect. Honestly, I drive it on comfort mode all the time because the steering wheel is nice and light and it's very direct, so the direction of the car changes quick. Standard mode, you could tell the difference between comfort and standard, but in standard, I usually put standard when I'm driving back roads, aggressive. I honestly don't put it on sport mode because sport mode is just too heavy, too fake. Doesn't feel like it's connected, doesn't feel like the steering wheel is connected to the road or to the tires. So comfort mode and standard mode are the best two steering modes for this Model 3. So, as I said, the interior is nice and quiet, and the only thing you hear in this Tesla is basically the tires. But other than that, on the highway, it's actually very, very quiet. And when the weather is really, really cold, I could actually hear the tires. They are a little bit on the louder side at first, like the first 5-10 minutes of driving. I would say probably 5 minutes, and then it goes away. So the rubber is a little bit cold. When it's cold, the rubber is a little bit loud, yeah, after 5-10 minutes, no sound. Once those summer tires heat up, it just becomes nice and quiet. And if you guys are hearing a little bit of road noise or wind noise, this is probably my GoPro. In person, this thing is seriously quiet. And yeah. This thing gets up to speed very quick. You hit the pedal, then you look at the screen and you're like, wow, I'm at 60-70 miles per hour. But after 70 miles per hour, when you hit the pedal, the car just doesn't really accelerate as good when it's around like from 0 to like 50, 60, 70 miles per hour. So it's 48, 49 miles per hour. You hit and it accelerates really, really quick. And who said that electric cars cannot be fun to drive? Yeah, sure, there is no noise, but they are actually really fun to drive. And driving this Model 3 Performance around corners, back roads, it's definitely fun. Yeah, you don't get the sound, the engine sound from a normal car, but it's something you get used to very quick. It's not like you miss it. Once in a while, I hear like a muscle car passing by, and I'm like, wow, this thing sounds good, but it's not something that I really miss so bad. Something that is really good about this Performance is you could actually turn off, basically disconnect the front wheel drive, disconnect the front wheels so it becomes rear wheel drive, or you could make it rear wheel drive. So let's go ahead and do that. So we go on track mode, and then let's go back here, driving, customize, and I do have some presets right here. I do have rear wheel drive, so basically it's only rear wheel drive now. Front wheels are disconnected. You could do front wheels, and the back wheels do not spin now. And you could actually adjust the handling, so you could make it front wheel drive or rear wheel drive. There's drift mode, it turns off the, this is actually a preset from Tesla, and there is race preset, and it does, by the way, turn off the traction control. And by the way, it does have heated seats, heated steering wheel, and you can turn off the back seats. By the way, this is the lane departure or the lane keep assist. Basically, I was touching the white lane, and that's why you guys heard this beeping. So I do have it on drift preset. I'm gonna go ahead and do an acceleration right here on this turn and see if I could get the wheel span, the back wheels to spin. Yep. So with traction control, the wheels did spin. But honestly, even though with the traction control off, the wheels do spin and they cut a little bit of power. So it seems like the traction control system is not completely off, but I definitely like it this way. I really wish that's how it was with, like, without the traction control off. And yeah guys, this thing is seriously amazing. Beautiful, smooth, comfortable, great daily, and you could destroy anything with this Tesla Model 3 Performance. You could destroy Camaros, Coyotes, anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an acceleration right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the traction control, and then I'll end the video after this. This thing just moves, and you look in the rear view mirror and you're like, wow, everyone is like back there. It's insane. This thing is seriously quick, guys. And as I said, I'm gonna make a full detailed POV test drive of this 2022 Tesla Model 3, and that video should be coming soon. I'll talk more about horsepower, performance, acceleration, brake, and a lot more things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2022 Tesla Model 3 Performance. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.